Hello, world. We have Boys in Shorts with us today. Would you guys mind introducing yourselves?
Oh, I'm Joey Bush.
I'm Brennan Bush.
I'm DJ Deneve.
Will Ferrero.
Will Ferrell.
Davis Beans Ferrero.
Beans. And I'm Avery Smith.
Oh, you guys are brothers?
Yeah.
That's why they're both just as hungry.
Makes sense. Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Who are some of your guys' favorite artists?
Actually, what's hilarious is that this last year on Spotify Wrapped, my favorite artist was us.
Oh,
I have a feeling it was because of like needing to rehearse all the songs all the time.
of course.
But I don't know.
Understandable.
Anyone else wanna?
Yeah, mine was similar. Every single one of my Spotify rap songs was from Boy Genius. So I got lit up for that one.
Yeah.
And all of your top artists were
And all of
just
the top
individual people who make up Boy Genius.
And Olivia Rodrigo, which is super different.
It's wild.
Oh, I would say Wolfpack for sure, at least.
Okay.
I mean, we covered Wolfpack, so that's
Definitely your
probably-
voice replicates whatever they're doing. So
Thank you.
100%.
That's a very great compliment.
If we're going Spotify rap, then Slayer
Okay.
was my top artist. My top artist was Beethoven, believe it or not. But
Okay. Really?
yeah, but I don't know. I listen to everything.
Okay.
I've been listening to a lot of R&B lately,
Awesome R&B.
so into that.
That's like the total
But-
opposite of your brother, because Slayer and
Exactly.
Beethoven-
Yeah, I know.
That's
It's
wild.
funny, but
That's cool.
Yeah, I like listening to a lot of R&B and hip hop lately. Some of my favorites are like Willow Smith.
Oh, Willow, yeah.
Yeah,
Take a
and
drive.
yeah, and I love James Blake too. He's one of my favorites for sure.
That's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And Jaden Smith too.
That's cool. All right, so how did this band form? Tell me a little bit. I know it started off with Joey and it started with.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so this band started in 2019, I think. I sent you a song called Ghost, which ended up being our first single, and I was like, well, I sound like a dying cat when I sing, so I desperately need Joey in here. And then DJ produced it for us, and then we poached him because we're like, you're really good at music. Do you want to just be in this band full time? And then I think we blackmailed you, or we did a kidnapping or something.
That's true. Yeah. No, they just took me off the paycheck. No, it's not true. No, well, I mean, I really like the music, and I've been friends with Brendan since middle school. Yeah. Brendan's kind of the reason I'm in production. He bought a Mac Pro back in the day.
I was in 7th grade. My parents bought it.
Yeah, that's right. His parents bought it one, but he's like, "You got to come over and check this thing out." And it was GarageBand, and we were like, "Oh my gosh, it captures all of my ideas." And fast forward to a decade or so, and yeah, he hits me up and he's like, "I've got some cool music. You want to try? You want to give it a listen? I'd love to have your help." And so we did that, and now we're doing it together.
And then you found the rest of these three.
Yeah, well, COVID hit, right, and then
Great time to start a band.
well, what's
February of 2020 was we timed it so well.
Yeah, well, COVID hit, and then we got back into the swing of things. You were like, I have a full band now. I've got a full group of people, and so that kind of worked out perfectly because he was trying to work on some new songs, and so at that point it was like, well, now we don't have to fully produce all of them myself. We've got a whole group of people.
100%. Yeah. Especially live shows, you guys have everybody.
Yeah, how we met was I did choir with Joey in high school.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
that's how we met. And then I think you were hanging out with one of our friends one time, and we were talking I need a bassist for this band. And then Will was like, "Why didn't you ask Davis?" I was like, "Yeah, I play bass." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you do? Okay."
I straight up thought you lived in Washington. I didn't think you lived here.
Well, that's because of COVID. I came back. That's
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go.
Bless COVID.
I met DJ in 2019, and I was his intern at a studio. So that's how I came into the band. So we just had a business relationship for a long time, and I would record on his client stuff, and I'm no longer his intern, so I think I've moved up in the world.
100%.
I think.
Yeah, it's opposite.
I think I work for Avery. Yeah.
Do you want to give a quick shout out to actually Will was the drummer of a band that we were both in high school.
Okay, shout out to
Joey B and the Lemon Wedges.
Joey B and the Lemon Wedges.
Yeah,
Wow.
Davis was in Joey B and the Lemon Wedges.
Very cool. What kind of music?
2 songs.
2 songs. Yeah.
Awesome. Joey B and the Lemon Wedges. Very cool. Oh, wait, speaking of songs, actually, what are your guys' favorite tracks from the Boys in Shorts band?
Oh yeah, okay. That's tough. My cop-out answer is always like the last thing that we
I'm
wrote.
so sorry. Why do they speak to you too? Like, what's your favorite song? Why do they speak to you?
That's a good question. I think right now it's Spring Song because that one,
The newest one? Okay.
the newest one, yeah, it's like the last one on our new EP. And I remember it started really small. Like I think one of the early versions, we were like driving to San Diego and trying to come up with like the melody and the lyrics for it. That was a Vegas trip. That was a Vegas trip. That's right. Oh yeah, to see that. No, I'm making it sound like we went somewhere like really inappropriate. We went to go see that like emo festival, but that's almost more embarrassing.
Should have just left it at the.
I know, right? But yeah, we just kept being like, this outro needs to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and like that is a song I think the evolution has been the coolest to me because we added like a full brass band. That was like one of the first songs we had Avery in to record on.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was it was just crazy to like see it start from a really small idea and get so big.
Yeah,
So,
100%. No, speaking of that, I listened to the rest of the tracks and none of it has Avery, so that was cool how you were able to incorporate. Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think Spring Song's probably up there for me as well. I don't know. I'm probably the most cynical in the band when it comes to making music. I'm just like, if it's not good to me, I'm like, I hate it. It's done. New song. But we really kind of, I'm like really proud of that EP, and like finishing projects is really tough. And Spring Song was kind of the last. I think we needed like one more song. And
on the EP.
On the EP, and a lot of the songs that existed already, like the other ones on the project, were songs that kind of had like writing done to them. Like it was like songs that were already sort of written before we even decided to work on an EP. And so, you know, they were kind of sort of halfway there or whatever. And Spring Song was just like, we needed a hole to, like, we had this like empty slot on the project, and we knew what kind of energy we wanted, and we wanted something after all these songs that were like kind of bummers.
Yeah.
Like lyrically speaking, we wanted a song that was like, you know, uplifting and like let's look at change and let's look at like moving on to something better.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why Spring Song is the last song on the record. So I mean, in terms of like a story arc, I think that's
And
why
this, the
Spring
album's
Song
called something
speaks.
sentimental or something?
It's Seasonal Optimism.
Okay,
is
so
the name of-
optimism
you know,
kind
that's kind of the
yeah.
that's the idea. Yeah. But yeah.
We also wanted a song that said the F word, I think 150
Yeah,
times.
hilariously, it is the most like graphic
Song
like,
on
of the
the-
songs. Yeah, for sure.
Very cool.
You can't say Spring Song too.
Yeah,
You gotta pick a different
You gotta
one.
choose a different one.
I won't.
I mean,
I hate that song.
Wilson,
for me, I gotta say Ghost.
Okay.
Honestly, it's the easiest to sing. It's definitely the easiest to sing. It's got like a really catchy melody. I think I sound nice on it. And
Okay.
it's very sentimental, you know? It's like a very sentimental song.
Yeah.
And like when I hear, because that's the very first song, it's definitely the song, whether or not you like it the most, it's the song we've played the most, for sure.
Really? Okay.
Because it was the first one. So we've rehearsed that song by far the most. And like when that feels like coming home.
Yeah.
When we play that song, it feels like coming home. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
I would say Spaceman, just because it's the heaviest, and
And you weren't even able to go heavy this time around.
I know,
so
yeah.
I'd love to see that.
Playing
soon,
with some rods, some bandana covered heads, but yeah, it's my favorite for that reason. I like how it starts off kind of.
And the end is crazy.
Yeah,
It's like, yeah.
that's why I like it. It goes to a place where, from where it starts, you don't think it would go there. But I think we did a good job of allowing it to flow naturally to a completely different place than where it starts. So
Spoken like a true Slayer. Yeah. The hard part of it, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Tuesday on this one. Yeah.
The 2-second bass solo.
I have 10 notes. Yeah. No, that was a song. I went back up to Washington for a little bit, and I came back, rejoined the band, and I was like, "Oh, this is a new song we've been working on Tuesday." And the first time I heard it, I was like, "Dude, this is sweet." And then we kind of just like meshed it out and added some like cool jam stuff, like the bridge, like kind of like the offbeat hits and everything. And I just love the melody of it, and I just think it's a bop.
100%, yeah.
My favorite Boys in Shorts song would also be Spring Song.
Okay.
It was super fun, like being in the studio. It was a bunch of my buddies that I got to bring in, and we had a whole horn section. We just got to like experiment, and that was super fun. But I will also shout out Radio Days. I think that would be a super close second. It's just such a like nostalgic song, and I don't know, playing it feels good. I always enjoy it.
No, it really does. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So with all this said, is there any new projects? Like, what's in the future for Boys in Shorts? You know,
All 6 of us are running for president at the same time as one person.
That'd be cool.
can't wait.
I was like, Avery sent us all the questions last night to kind of give us a heads up on things, and I was like, I'm so tempted to answer for the project one that we're just working on ourselves.
Oh,
It's like,
you can say that.
like,
You can.
well,
you can shut yourself
I mean,
out,
and it was a
100%.
joke, but I think partially like the truth is that we're working on something. We're working on something, and there's no lack of like creativity and like desire to make something new and better all the time, like at every step of the process. But I think that like I mentioned with the last EP, a lot of the majority of those songs were kind of already written. And something this time around, because Avery wasn't even part of the band really when that EP started being worked on.
When did you guys
It was pretty late on. It was more of a, I'd worked a ton with Avery, and it was more like we knew we wanted sax on some of the songs, and so I was like, can you come and record on all these songs? And then after that happened, we were just like, just join the band. It's like it's such a cool thing, and we need someone playing keys as well, and it just kind of worked out that way.
Perfect. Yeah.
But with that said, this is the first opportunity we're getting to work on a project where all of us are like being creative, and there's no ideas where it's like, oh, here's an idea that already existed, and what are we how is everyone just going to play on it? It's like
everyone gave their input.
This is like starting from scratch, trying to figure out what everyone wants and what everyone is creatively like desiring to make, and that's crazy challenging, but it's also really exciting because I think we're coming up with things that none of us would be able to come up with if we were just doing this on our own.
By yourselves, 100%. Yeah.
There's a wide variety of different ideas that we've been throwing back and forth, anything from 60 BPMs to 180 and different genres, but we're trying to gather those ideas all together and work on vocal melodies together, work on lead lines together, and see if we can't make a fully realized picture that's cohesive for one LP or EP or whatever it is. So,
100%. Yeah.
So it is very interesting and challenging and unique.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's right. And now with Avery, you guys have keys, you guys have saxophone, like you guys have everything, So
And bassoon.
yeah, and bassoon
And clarinet.
So the next song will have a bassoon feature.
We were actually thinking about trying to get Will on the timpani in some of our next projects.
For sure.
There's a timpani at our disposal. Why not?
Yeah, 100%.
Why not
Yeah,
use the
Get him
timpani?
a really big gong.
Yeah, that'd be
100%. And bring the timpani to live shows. Bring all that shit. Yeah.
Sound engineers hate us for this one cool trick. Bring a timpani.
Yeah.
You guys have anything you want to say about it?
No.
All right, that leads me to my last question. What do you guys do? If you guys have any advice for aspiring musicians out there who want to start a band, who just want to start making music?
Give up now. Get out while you can.
I'm actually doing the exact opposite of that bit, which is keep going. You're gonna make a lot of songs. You're gonna put out a lot of melodies that are not gonna be good.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But actually, oh gosh, who said it first? Because I want to credit them properly. I believe it was. I don't know if you guys know Jensen McRae.
Author?
She's a singer-songwriter. She's a poet as well.
Okay.
but it's like musical constipation, you know, and you're gonna get some like diarrhea, you know.
Okay.
But you gotta get that shit out, and then you can get to
Well
the good
said.
stuff,
Well said.
you know?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Well said.
Yeah, I guess my advice. I'm actually a music director at a high school, so I work with a lot of young people, and I really love it. And the biggest thing is you have to just take hold of your own future. You can't worry about the person next to you. You can't worry about the person who's going to see your video and what they're going to think. And then you just have to practice. Like, you know, we all want to like have content and post, but practice like crazy. Like, have something to show for. So when I got my new alto sax, my like second year of college, you know, I went a long time on not like the level of instrument that I needed. When I finally got it, my teacher said, play the lacquer off of it. And I still think about that. Like every time I touch my instrument, I'm like, I want to play the lacquer off of this. Like I want to be so comfortable with this, you know? So I would say that's my biggest advice. It's like, it's you and your instrument, and people will appreciate that.
100%.
I'll say I think everyone who's a musician gets into it for their own reason, and just try not to lose that reason. There's like a lot of joy to be had in making music and creating music, and keep practicing, work hard, but also just never forget to make music or to perform the way that got you into it in the first place.
Yeah.
Because the moment you lose that, it's just...
Then it's like, what's the point?
Yeah,
you know, it's like,
that's right. 100%, yeah.
That's why you're doing it.
Yeah, I would just say practice by yourself with other people. Listen to a bunch of different styles of music, and you know, take lessons from what you hear. A lot of how I think about songwriting is referencing another song I heard a cool section in and saying we could do something similar. Not ripping it off, but learning from what the greats have already done and trying to repurpose it with your own spin on it. And that in and of itself is a creative exercise that you can practice with just on your own time. You don't even need an instrument really to do that. And you don't need to fully produce a song to do that. So just kind of getting that mindset of thinking about what those who have come before you have done and listening to that and going to school on that and then practicing for yourself.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah.
Do you want to take two, DJ?
I might.
Yeah. No, I think.
No, I meant that.
No, yeah.
That's what I meant.
I think the main advice I'd have is just not to give in to like imposter syndrome around it. I think it's really easy, especially when you're first starting off, to feel like, oh, like this isn't like a real band, or like the other people are like so much further ahead. I remember when we first started, like I went to some show at the Troubadour and the band was like, everyone who wants to come up on stage and dance. I went up there, I was like, this will be the only chance I have in my life to ever do this. Like I love that venue, it's a favorite place. Like hell yeah, I went up there, I was like, it'd be cool if we ever got up there, but like that's never gonna happen. And then this last year we like got the chance to play at the Troubadour, and there wasn't any like secret special sauce to it. It was just like continuing to like keep going and like having that drive and like just keep taking the next step. And like yeah, no one knows what they're doing, so just you might as well try.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah.
I don't know. Everyone said really, really insightful things. I think really important things to remember.
Bring it home.
Yeah.
Bring it home.
Okay. No pressure. No, actually, I'm going to take this a little bit from like a conversation that Avery and I had yesterday about some other people that we're like working on things with, and I think it's one of those things. It's very easy when you're making things, especially in today's day and age, and all the other things that come along with having to be an artist, social media and presence and all these things that aren't even part of the art. Yeah. Creating is such an innate like desire that we all have at whatever varying levels, and I think right now, and it's something that I struggle with even, is it's really hard to it's really easy to lose like sight of why I'm like here in the first place. And I think that like my advice to people would be like, don't, obviously do what you have to do to get to whatever you are trying to get to goal wise, but like our artistic goals shouldn't like be consisting around what others will think and what we're going to look like online and what all the industry is asking us to do right now. I think really this band succeeds like the most when it's just us being like, does this sound good? Do you feel good when you listen to this? And like, I think that's something that I see a lot of young artists today, and they forget that. And even I forget it sometimes. And so I think my biggest advice would just be like, don't lose sight of that. Don't lose sight of why you started making music, you know. Yeah, keep going. Yeah, but, you know, it was just, it's a little different, Davis, you know. No. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right music.
Well, that just says how true it is, you know?
Yeah.
Because both you guys are, you know?
Yeah.
Just says how true it is.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Boys in shorts, everybody.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never had that happen before.
What's your favorite Boys in Shorts song?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. Favorite Boys in Shorts song. I'm a little sad we didn't do it, but Rome actually. I really like Rome.
Rome. There you
yeah.
go. Rome.
And I was
time.
even telling her like, are we gonna do it? Like, you know, I even had a shirt that says Rome.
I don't care. You know what? I was gonna say I haven't complimented yet, but this TLC shirt goes so hard. So
Appreciate it.
I love
Thank
it.
you very much.
I love it.
I love them.
So yeah, but thank you, dude, for today.
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome stuff, man.
Yeah,
Thank
hopefully
you for having us,
Rome
yeah.
next time.
Yes, next time, man.
Next time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, Boys in Shorts, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
I think that was my